Ah, hello, hello, wonderful people. Hello. Boy, do I have a treat for you today. I am so excited to have this beautiful goddess. And before I even, introduce her, I wanted to share something like this is how we met. This is what pulled me to her. So let me just share this real quick. It was in a group and she had a post and like I'm so used to kind of just scrolling past, like, oh, comment for a card reading or comment for this. But this one caught my mind. I was like, I'm curious. And so I commented on her post and what she shared, like I was in tears. I'm going to share this with you. Dear child, the time will come when you will seek yourself in your own eyes, and you will find yourself in every river's surface. When searching and finding, merge in the unified ocean of your loving heart. When you allow me to hold your tender hand, I'll guide you into my waterfall of truth, my well of wisdom, into my arms. When you see yourself as nothing but a divine force where a broken stem heals, a new treelet grows, and an empty riverbed fills up overnight. When, like an eaglet, you will learn how to fly without crashing to the ground. When the truth will set you free and you will no longer be a struggling woman in search for me. Seek yourself in your own eyes. This beautiful, beautiful string of soulful words was written by this beautiful goddess who is joining me this morning for a soulful chat. Welcome. And let me see if I get your name right. Is it Lais?
It's Lais. Yes. Well done.
Yay.
Let me just tell you, I need to hire you to narrate my book. You should do the audiobook.
You make it so easy. The words move me. They just like plunge me into the depth of my soul. It just makes it easy for it to come out that way. My dear, thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you. The honor is all on me.
So, Lais, tell us a little bit about who you are. And yeah, let's just start there because I have so many questions for you. So yummy questions for you. Yeah.
So I'm half Brazilian. I was born in Brazil, grew up in Germany. Half German, half Brazilian. I used to be in corporate, so I studied at university, started my career, felt completely burnt out with life, and just went to Thailand with one suitcase, and I just wanted to heal myself for a month. I ended up staying a year, and I just went for all the different healing courses, meditation courses. And after that year, I just decided to become a psychic healer and a woman empowerment coach. And that's now over a decade ago, and I'm still doing it. But yeah, deep in my heart, I'm a writer. So I love writing, be it poems, be it books in general. And so I just love the power of the word and the healing that words can bring me. And, when I face difficulties, it's always my journal and me and channeling wisdom from the divine. It's just what's so healing to me. I think, that's me in a nutshell.
I love it. I have a friend who's also from Brazil, so it is so cool. Yeah, I'm always trying to get her to teach me how to samba, but
yeah,
we'll see. Every time I see her, I'm like, let's do it. Are you gonna teach me today?
Yeah, it's all in the hips.
Exactly. So I'm from Africa, so that hip movement is like all. That's who we are.
I think it's you who taught us in Brazil, to be honest.
Yep. So, my dear, let's get to the juicy part of this. Do you have your book with you?
I do, actually.
Yeah, just show it real quick. Because the moment I read that, what you sent, like from the number that I chose, like I had to go get it. I bought it immediately. I read, like I just intuitively read certain ones and I was like, oh my
Mm.
gosh. So then I left like a 5-star review and I was like,
Yes.
woman, let's talk.
I feel so honored. You were the first one to leave a review, one of the first ones to even read the book. So it's such a pleasure and honor to talk to you.
How did this beautiful creation even happen? What inspired you?
Oh, I was sitting in Germany. I was living in Germany for a few years. And I was just so lost and in pain. And it was winter. I was going through a winter depression already. And then on top, my little sister was suffering from tremendous PTSD and mental psychotic breakdowns. And it was just so painful to see and to know about it that I just started to write poems every single day to get myself out of that grief and that angst. And yeah, so I just questioned everything, my ancestors, my spirituality, my connection to the divine, my roots, and who am I as a woman. And yeah, I just kept writing those poems, and now a few years later I just decided to assemble them all in a little book.
I
Yeah.
love the progression of it. It feels like yeah, it's like this beautiful continuous flow. And I can see the growth, the evolution, the transformation that occurred through you writing each of those poetries. Like each stage you were in, you wrote some. It was so beautiful. So beautifully put together. And the words, like I could feel your pain. I could feel the part where the sun was like starting to rise up. I could feel the part where you were like back in the darkness, questioning again. And then the part where you're like, okay, here I am. Let's do
Yeah,
this. Right. All of that
exactly.
in that journey.
Yeah, definitely. It's like a spiral sometimes. You get yourself out, but then you go deeper in again and question some more. And then sometimes it's just so clear what it's all about in this life, and other times it's just foggy. And yeah, finding words to all of those experiences is very healing for me.
I agree. I love to journal. And at some point, I even like wrote poetry. This was like high school, you know, because again, that was part of me is the words, getting words on
Yes.
paper. When it's out, it's not in my brain anymore. I'm not chewing on it constantly anymore. I feel like it's just so healing to get our feelings, our thoughts just out on paper or out on the computer, just out, right? That way we
Absolutely.
can, it's part of the processing. And then we can also, it's like a reflection back to us too.
No, it's very powerful. For me, journaling, I've been doing also since I was a teenager, and it's just the constant in my life that I know I can trust on. It's always there for me. It's almost like my therapist.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm always trying to convince my clients to journal, but I
Yeah.
get it. I'm like, okay, it's not yours. Okay, what
Yeah.
works for you? But
Yeah.
it is like you, it's a non-negotiable for me. Now that I have a 3-year-old, it's a bit harder to sit down and journal. And if
Definitely.
I do, it's like short little snippets, but even those are still healing. They're so
Oh,
healing.
very true. Yeah. Even if I write just a little poem, I can feel the difference. Just a few lines, get it out there. I start my day like that every morning. I take the time. And
So yeah.
it's just a beautiful way for me, a mindful way to start my day.
So tell me, what is your intention behind releasing this beautiful journey in the world?
Well, it was quite a journey to release this because it's so personal, and of course family will read it, and my sister actually read it, the one that I wrote many poems for. And that was just, I was so anxious about it. And yeah, because it just reveals so much of you, and then your family will read it, your friends might read it, people you absolutely don't know will read it. You just don't know if you will sound like a nutcase, or if you will get judged, or I don't know. So yeah, it was very scary to release this. And parts of me just want to go in hiding and hide under my blanket, and other parts of me is like, no, but this is important. Women should address how they're feeling and be authentic and find beautiful words to every single emotion they're feeling, and share it with the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need this, especially in the spiritual communities. It's not all just high vibe all the time, and right. It's just, let's have real conversations. Let's be in our souls and talk about everything, not just the good stuff.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, it's so important. Like I remember the first time I heard love and light. I
Mhm.
remember pausing and asking, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to say that you can't have a bad day? Are you
Yeah.
trying to say that you can't have a bad emotion, anger, or like, what
Yes.
does that really mean? And
Yeah.
it always felt like, oh, love and light, like this cover up
Yeah.
thing. I'm like, do you really understand what that means? Especially as a woman.
I
I
know.
always love to compare women to nature. I always say,
Mhm.
look at nature. Nature is beautiful. It can
Mhm.
be blissful. It can be nurturing. It can hold you, but it can also be unapologetic.
Yeah. And wild. Yes.
When it's time to change things, it goes for it. When it's
Yeah.
time to move something, it
Mm.
moves it. When it, like, nature can make a statement, and when it's time to just quiet down, it can too. This is who we are.
Mhm.
So why is it so? I know this is something that society programmed us. Like, you can't
Absolutely.
show the anger, you can't show the true soul journey,
Yes.
like the shadow work, the
Exactly.
deeper path work. It's like, no, you can't. That's not light. Excuse me.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if it's more male spirituality that is mainstream, because female spirituality to me is so different. It's movement. It's not just sitting still and meditating. It's moving. It's all the emotions. It's ah, I don't know. It's just raw and wild to me. Female spirituality.
It's dancing with our hips, right?
Yes,
Moving.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Moving
it.
our booties, like shaking, like stomping on the ground and
Yes.
screaming sometimes or crying
Yes.
some. Like, this is spirituality is everything. It's
Yeah.
not just meditation or what crystal you're
Yeah.
wearing or
Yeah.
how, what kind of stuff you put on your body.
Mhm.
Spirituality is everything. From
Yeah.
the way you get up in the morning to the way you go back to bed to the way you
Yeah.
cook your dinner, all of that is
Yeah.
spirituality. And I think it's time that we really, what would I recreate? Is it recreate? Redirect what
Mm.
true spirituality is. And
Mm.
your words in this book really shows that. It's like, this
Mm.
is who I am. This is my journey. This is what I went through.
Mhm.
And I love the vulnerability in there. Like, I'm
Oh, thank
always
you.
honoring those who, because it's not easy.
No, it's not.
It takes courage to really decide to dive in deep. And it's not like you're just writing it in your journal and then it's just between you and your journal. It's like sharing it so that someone else can not feel alone and know that
Mm.
they're not the only person going through what they're going through.
Yeah, exactly. That's so important that we don't feel alone. And especially now in these times, it's difficult times, right? In the last few years. And lots of people are suffering alone, and they shouldn't. It's so many of us, we can speak about it, we can share.
Yeah. So who would you say this book is for?
I think well, it's mainly for myself. It's really, it's for myself. It's my gift to myself, actually. It's a creation. I chose not to have kids in this lifetime. So for me, it's like this thing that I birthed
Yes.
and that I feel very proud about.
Yes. I
Yeah,
love that.
it's for myself.
Beautiful. I love that. And, through that, the authenticity comes through. It's like, this is my life. And when you read it, hopefully you see yourself in that too.
Mm. Yeah, no, I'm very honored that you read the poems and that we can share this moment together. It's very precious.
I'm so glad that you said yes, because I just wanted to just, because I could feel you through the words, but I wanted to meet you and
Yeah.
match that and bring those two together. Like, yes. So I want you to randomly, just like you did with me, randomly choose a page
Oh, okay.
intuitively
Yeah.
and then share it with the audience.
Right. You mean by reading out loud then, or?
Yes,
Okay.
introverts.
Wow. Having coming to out of my shell here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. Tell me the number. So it has to be a number between, let me see, between 3 and 65.
Let's go to the audience. If you're watching, put a number between 1 and 65. Is that it? 1 and 65?
3 and 65.
Oh, 3 and 65. Put that in the comments. Let's see what comes up.
Sometimes there's a blank page, but even those can have a lot of meaning.
Exactly. Oh, look at that. My husband is watching. So he says 56.
Wow. Oh my goodness. 56. Let me find it. Ooh. So it's called The Gardener of My Heart. I love opening up like an Atlantic hard-shell clam when my beloved allows me to grow naked like Venus of Milo right in front of his mirroring eyes. I love when our fingers are intertwined like the roots of my favorite tree, when I'm safe to question myself and my role in this weighty world. I love when my straying thoughts get lost in a medieval labyrinth of my own making. He tells me it's only temporary and helps me tend to my hanging garden of Babylon. So maybe that's the role of your husband also. To help you out in this crazy world. Yeah.
I felt like he was reading it to me.
Mm.
That, yeah. That was beautiful. I need to go back and read that. That was so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Either you mean this to him or the other way around.
He says beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I wish I could see him, but it's just.
I know. It's just a comment. I know.
Oh.
What do you think? Should we do another one?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So let's do another one. Viewers, from 3 to 65. Put
Yes.
put a number. Put a number in the comments. And let's see what magic happens. Come on, don't be shy. Oh, that's funny. I literally just thought 33 and then he puts 33 down.
No.
There we go, 33.
Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the one you chose for yourself, the one you read at the beginning.
It is?
It's
No
the
way.
same one. That's the same one.
All right.
Shall I read it again?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. So, dear child, the time will come when you'll seek yourself in your own eyes, and you'll find yourself in every river's surface. when searching and finding merge in the unified ocean of your loving heart. When you'll allow me to hold your tender hand, I'll guide you into my waterfall of truth, my well of wisdom into my arms. When you see yourself as nothing but a divine forest, where a broken stem heals, a new treelet grows, an empty riverbed fills up overnight. When, like an eaglet, you learn how to fly without crashing to the ground. When the truth will set you free and you'll no longer be a struggling woman in search for me. Or struggling man. Or the female part in the man. We all
Yes.
have female energy and male energy. So
Oh my goodness. Oh. So I'm curious, just hearing you read it with your voice, like, are you thinking about like doing an audiobook something that you thought about or something like that you read it out?
yeah, I haven't, because it's so new, I haven't thought much about the next process yet. But I do think the audio market is growing. So I think lots of people appreciate a read out version. I just have no clue how to go about it, to be honest.
That's okay. That's okay. The way will come when it's time, right?
Exactly.
And
I
when it
trust
does,
that.
I'll be there to get a copy. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you'll be getting a call to narrate the whole thing.
No. I've heard your voice. No. No, it will have to be your beautiful voice. Oh man. Thank you.
No, thank
The
you.
world, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, thank you. I just want to say thank you.
The world needs more beauty.
Oh, so true.
And I love how beauty is shown from your journey. And
Mm,
your journey wasn't all love and light. And
absolutely not.
it was the dark night of your soul.
Mm.
And yet there's so much beauty and light that is illuminated from that journey and even from you right now.
Yeah, I find when we meet people who went through the dark night of their soul, there's a very different light to them. Very different. You can recognize them immediately.
It's like a more deeper anchored light, like
Yeah.
wise, like wisdom
Mm.
filled light. Yeah. Yeah. It's like a no BS light. That's what I call it.
Yes, very true. Oh, it's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you for releasing this beauty in the world and this light into the world. Thank you for inspiring me and
Thank you.
moving me with this beauty. Thank you for forward am I orbiting into my world.
That's a nice way to put it.
It was beautiful and so synchronistic. Like, I remember I was so curious, I was like, what is this about? And just randomly, and I had no idea what I would be receiving, but I was open to receive. And what I
Yeah.
received was exactly what my soul needed.
Oh, that's nice to know. Thanks for sharing.
Oh,
Mm.
so of course, let's not forget, where can people buy a copy of this beautiful book?
So it's on Amazon, wherever Amazon in every country. It's a physical book, but they also have it as a digital copy. Yeah.
Beautiful. And I have the link above. So please go get your copy. Trust me on this. You want your own copy, either the ebook or the physical copy. And also, after you read it, if you can leave a 5-star review,
Thank
that'll be
you.
incredible. That would help more people receive this gift. Like, when I see something like this, I want to help so that the whole world can receive such bright light, because we need more of this in this world. We need more of this beauty. We need more of this truth. We need more of this authenticity in this world. So share this with your loved ones.
Thank
Gift it to
you.
your loved ones, and then leave a review for her. And also send her a message. Tell her how amazing it is. Thank her for, the courage it took her to share this with all of us. We know it's not easy to share our stories with the world. So let's honor her journey. Let's honor her. I honor you, my dear.
Same.
Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you for the invitation.
And thank you, everyone, for joining me. Thank you,
Yeah.
hubby, for the
Thank
numbers.
you. Yes.
And until next time, from our hearts to yours. Bye, everyone.